Welcome to JillyJuice.com. Hi, my name is Jillian Epperly, the creator of Jilly Juice, and I would like to go over today regarding why cannabis is not anything anyone should ever dabble with, whether it's conservatively or on a daily basis, no matter what life, no matter where you are in your life, no matter what age, no matter what situation you're in, no matter anything. Cannabis is not something for anyone to use if they want to recharge their body. So why am I saying this? Well, because we live in a universe that is filled with positive and negative elements. It's called the periodic tables. Okay? What is negative? Negative elements are relative to the human body. Positive elements are friendly to the human body. So if something is negatively impacting something, it means that it's going to cause mutations. It's going to cause degradation. Okay? So cannabis is a negative element relative to the human body. Now, you're going to see people talk about endocannabinoids and where it references the endocrine system and how it, regrows cells in the brain in mice or in the hippocampus or hypothalamus or whatever. You're going to see all the marketing around cannabis and how it helps mice. Just so you know what cannabis is, it is an antibiotic element. It's a negative element that has a high negative charge, and it kills everything on contact. So let's pretend there is a big vat of cannabis oil. I would say about 100 gallons of cannabis oil. Just cannabis oil, not, with water or air or any of those dilution elements, but just straight cannabis oil. You dunk your whole body in cannabis oil, guess what it's going to do? It's going to disintegrate your whole body because it is a negative element used to only go after specific properties as well as other properties in your body. If someone were to drink gallons and gallons of cannabis oil, they will destroy their insides 100%. If you're to lower yourself in a vat of 100% pure cannabis oil, that is hundreds and hundreds of gallons, just like if you're to go swim in the ocean, right? If you're to go swim in cannabis oil, you will destroy your whole body. So imagine when somebody is taking cannabis oil, regardless of where you get it from, whether it's a lab or you make it yourself, and you're putting it on your body, on tumors. Yes, you may be destroying the tumor on the surface, but guess what? No different than putting water on an anthill. Those pathogens that cause the tumor, it will scatter and reinfect the body. You didn't kill the tumor. You didn't handle the root cause. All you did was basically burn a hole in your body, and it happened to be that tumor. And then all the other pathogens that didn't get hit by the cannabis are running away. They're like, oh, hell no, we don't want to die from this negative element. We're going to run away. And then guess what? All the extra pathogens that didn't get affected by that cannabis oil, whether it's, CBD oil or sublingual, it's going to go back and reinfect your body as far as all those pathogens. So cannabis oil is a negative element because there are, well, first of all, you want to look at all the people who are promoting cannabis, all the celebrities, and I'm not even going to name any of them because I don't want to slander anybody, right? So you look at the people who are promoting cannabis that are in the media or created cannabis oil or CBD, and you look at what they look like today. People who are on cannabis their whole life, whether they're smoking it or they're using the oils on their body or sublingually, guess what? They are actively aging. That is major cell degradation. No matter where you are on the spectrum of life to death, given our society, because we're not recharging our system. And if you're not recharging your system 100%, and you have cancer, disease, and chronic illness, and then you're utilizing cannabis oil, or you're smoking it, or you're nebulizing, or whatever, you are now cutting your life even shorter. And now what they're doing is they're now promoting it for teenagers and saying, hey, teenagers should be smoking cannabis because it's going to generate brain cells. Are you freaking kidding me? Do you realize people that smoke cannabis or are on cannabis oil all the time, they may be dealing with, some kind of cancer, disease, and chronic illness, but they're not growing, and they're growing, but they're not advancing, really. They're actually stagnating their growth. I've known people that have been on cannabis for so many years, and they will never, ever get past their current consciousness level as well as their current level of just awareness. And they've checked out. They're only really coherent where they need to be, making sure the kids are taken care of, making sure the bills are paid, and making sure that their job is happy with them. But that's basically the extent of their life, is making sure that their priorities are met, but that's it. They're not going to look at, are the priorities that I have, are they, really going to enhance the growth of myself and my family? No. And then you got to look at, why is it that cannabis is being legalized and it's also illegal? Because somebody's making money on both sides of the argument. So I want you guys to understand that the elemental composition of the human body does not anywhere have cannabis or endocannabinoids at all in the list of what the human body actually needs. And I actually, in my book, I actually spell out, based upon academia, the elements that are most needed, from top being oxygen as the most needed, and then salt and water and whatever, they're all in the first 9 elements. And then there's trace minerals, which are heavy metals, and those are negative elements, but they need only in trace amounts. And then the most least element that your body needs is tungsten. And then you have the laws of the human body that you have to adhere to as well. So not only do you have to deal with the positive elements that you're taking in to make sure that you're recharging your battery, but you also have to understand the laws of the immune system. And you're holding a lot of negative elements in your body, which means that the laws of your immune system have to also kick in and go and do what it needs to do. So cannabis is not something anyone should ever dabble with. And I can't think of a scenario where someone would. I mean, yeah, I guess if somebody is nauseous, or they're, they already have a bunch of pot, and maybe they're not even nauseous. Let's say they're having some kind of suicidal thoughts, and they're really just feeling like, holy crap, and they're, whatever. I can see where cannabis is okay, but as long as you're also taking in the positive elements too. If you're just straight up taking negative elements throughout your whole life, and maybe you're eating a little bit of organic because you were taught by somebody in the holistic industry that you do, take some cannabis and then go eat an organic diet. No, that is not going to help you, because you have not repaired the damage that caused you to turn to cannabis to begin with. And so cannabis is just compounding the issue. It's not helping you. Now you're gonna ask me, well, then what is the answer? I'm not gonna tell you what the answer is. I'm just telling you that the cannabis is definitely not a choice anyone who really truly wants to recharge your system is something to turn to. And I don't care how well it's marketed out there, because let me tell you, it's marketed very well, and that should clue you in this whole playing the game of, oh yeah, cannabis is so wonderful and then cannabis is so evil. That's called marketing. But I'm going to tell you, I'm going to go further than just the psychoactive properties and it kills brain cells. It's a heavily negative element that will not at all complement you in any way whatsoever. If anything, it's going to stagnate your mental growth, your spiritual growth, your physical growth, and you will hit the wall and you will look like all of those people that are promoting cannabis back in the 80s. Look at all the people who promoted cannabis back in the 80s and look at them today. Look at people who are promoting cannabis who are still managing their cancer, disease, and chronic illness because the cannabis is doing nothing for them except basically anesthetize them, zombify them, making sure that they don't feel a thing on their way out the door. So cannabis is nothing anyone should ever dabble with. And this will be going on my YouTube and this will be going on my website. Have a great day. Bye-bye.